Hey guys, what is going on? Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, Suns vs. Clippers. This is another win or go home game for the Clippers. We saw how they responded to that win or go home situation last game. They played really well. Tonight, they're on their home court, but currently it is halftime and they are losing 67. Wait, what's the score? I just forgot the score. They're down by 9. What are they down by? Is it 67? 56? No, that's 11. Math. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to, flex my math skills on here. Okay, they're down by 9. I forgot the score, but it's like in the 50s or 60s. I always look at the score right before I record, but then I forget it because I just am, talking. But basically, they're down by 9, and it's halftime. Some similarities to the last game. Marcus Morris has had another solid start to this game. He has 13 points, I believe, but Paul George, he's been kind of quiet. But the thing is, last game, Paul George just had an insane third quarter and second half in general. So maybe we'll see Paul George have another crazy second half, just come out of the locker room and ball out. Maybe that will happen again. Maybe we'll see some deja vu type stuff, or maybe we'll have some deja vu. Do you see deja vu or have deja vu? I don't know. Okay, I don't know why I can't think straight tonight. But then, for the Suns, Devin Booker is having a solid game. Chris Paul is having a solid game. They're not having spectacular games. The guy who's having a really good game for the Suns is actually Jay Crowder. I mean, he's hitting some three-pointers. He's having a really good game for the Suns. And, if the Suns win this game, they're going to the NBA Finals. So, a lot is obviously on the line for these two teams. Obviously, I didn't even need to say that. End of the third quarter, the Suns are up 97-83. And Chris Paul had a really good third quarter. He had some really big buckets. He did flop a little bit, though. But besides the flop, he had a really good third quarter. Paul George didn't have a crazy third quarter like last game, but he did show some improvement. He just hasn't taken over this game. I don't know, the Clippers as a whole, they just look like they don't have that energy. And it kind of makes sense because this team has been in so many win-or-go-home situations this postseason that, I don't know, maybe they're just tired now. And maybe they just, can't win another win-or-go-home game. I don't know. They had a little momentum in the third quarter there, but we'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. But if they do make a comeback, it's going to be a very big one. So the Suns are heading to the NBA Finals. Chris Paul is going to an NBA Finals. Finally. So the Suns, they win this one 130-103. And oh my gosh, their offense was just unstoppable tonight, especially in that second half. I mean, Chris Paul in the second half. What a game from him. If there was a guy who was going to have a crazy game to send the Suns to the finals, you would kind of hope it would be Chris Paul, right? I mean, at least in my opinion. I love Devin Booker. I think he's a great player. Aiden, all those guys are awesome. But the storyline, Chris Paul, he's never been to an NBA Finals. And what does he do? He scores 41 points. He scores 41 points to lead the Suns to the NBA Finals and to go to his first NBA Finals. I mean, that's just an awesome story. I don't care what I don't care what team you're a fan of. You gotta be happy seeing Chris Paul go to the NBA Finals. I feel like he's a guy a lot of people were I hope he gets a ring before he retires. I hope he gets a ring. I hope, he at least gets to go to the finals because this dude's a Hall of Famer. And look, he's going to the finals now. And just a few years ago, I feel like a lot of people didn't know if he was going to ever make the finals in his career or even get a ring. But here we are. He's going to the finals. And it was just so awesome to see him so emotional and just so happy. You could just see the emotion from looking at him. Obviously, we couldn't hear what he was saying, but just looking at him towards the end of the game, and then once they pulled him out of the game in the last minute or whatever, just seeing his reaction, him hugging Monty Williams, oh my gosh. You could just see all the emotion there. You just feel so good for a guy like that. What is he, 36 years old now? So yeah, I think Chris Paul is 36 now. I believe they said that on the broadcast, and he's making his first NBA Finals. It's crazy. I'm so happy for him. Honestly, I am, and I'm really happy for the Suns team. I feel bad for the Clippers. Obviously, one team had to lose this series. You know, the Clippers, they had a great playoff run, just a really gritty team. It really stinks that Kawhi got injured. Like, that stinks that he couldn't play, because it really could have changed this series. Listen, the Clippers were down a lot in these playoffs. They made some crazy comebacks. They had some great performances, some really gritty performances, even after Kawhi Leonard went down. So, yeah, you feel bad seeing them, you know, no longer in the playoffs. But obviously we knew one team had to lose this series. And you know what? I'm really happy for the Suns. I really am. I feel like this is a team that have, you know, made their way into a lot of people's hearts. Because, wow, that sounded way too deep. That sounded like so deep. But no, I think this team is liked by a lot of people because of what happened in the bubble last year. They went undefeated in the bubble last year and just missed the playoffs. And then this year, they have a great regular season. They trade for Chris Paul. I forgot that. They trade for Chris Paul. They have a great regular season. And now they're heading to the NBA Finals. I mean, this was not a team people expected to be in the NBA Finals. And I love an underdog story. Like, I really do. I always root for underdogs. And this is just a team. I don't know. I'm so happy for Monty Williams. I'm so happy for Devin Booker. As I said, I'm so happy for Chris Paul, for Aiden, for all those guys. I just think, I don't know, this is a young team that I think a lot of people have been rooting for. It's a young team and Chris Paul. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to make Chris Paul feel that old, but no. I mean, how can you not like a young team and Chris Paul? Like, I don't know. Like, Chris Paul is a very liked player, I feel, by a lot of people who are NBA fans. So, yeah, guys, I guess that's it for this video. So we already know one team who is going to be in the NBA Finals. Now we just have to see who is going to win the Bucks-Hawks series. Pretty crazy. I'm so excited. It was so cool just seeing the Suns so happy. You could just see the emotion. It's so awesome. You know, it's like the best and worst part of sports. Like, you see how happy one team is, and then you see how sad the Clippers are. It's just crazy, like, the difference in emotion there. It's tough, but, you know, I enjoy seeing this young Suns team so happy, and Chris Paul especially, just so emotional and so happy. So that's it for this video, guys. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of this game. Curious to hear your guys' opinions, your thoughts. Drop a thumbs up if you want, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you want to. Alright, guys, peace.